What's going on, guys? KW Stout, healthmindpower.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 steps to commit to your fitness goals. Okay, so after working with a lot of different people, and also just having written the health and fitness blog for the last several years, one thing that I've noticed is that the biggest misconception that people have is that they think they need more information before they can hit their fitness goals. They think that if I just read a few more blog posts, if I just get this one book, if I just get the right program, whatever it is, they think that just having a little bit more information than what they have now, that's going to be the answer to their problems. That's what's going to get them to finally stick with it and get results. Even though, all the information you need is already out there for free. I already give it away, all of it, all you need for free on my website. But that's never the problem. If that were the problem, you would have solved it with Google years ago, and you would have already got your body that you wanted. So the problem is that people cannot commit to actually making the change. They cannot commit to taking action. That's really what the problem is. So and really people just struggle to make that commitment. So there's 3 ways to commit and stay committed. Okay, there are really 3 steps. So step number 1, you have to get very, very clear on what it is you actually want to accomplish. It's amazing to me how often people will approach me about coaching, and I ask them, the first thing I always ask everyone is, what do you want to accomplish? What does your ideal body look like? What would you like to, where would you like to be in 3 months or 6 months? And people give such weak answers. They give answers that, of course, you could never formulate a plan, because they don't have any clear idea of what they even want to accomplish. So how can you have a plan to accomplish something if you don't know what that thing is? So the most common thing that girls will say is, they say, I want to lose a little weight and tone up. Well, what does that even mean? What does tone up mean to you? And how much is a little weight? What's a little weight? For me, a little weight, lose a little weight's like 5-10 pounds. They might think lose a little weight's 20 pounds. So you have to get very clear on what it is that you actually want to accomplish. I'm talking about very, very specific. How much do you want to weigh? What is your body fat percentage like? How strong are you? Describe what you actually look like. How do you feel? Do you have energy? Do you have a lot more energy than you do now? Do you feel confident in the way you look? Think about these things. Think about very specifically what it is you want to accomplish, okay? Now, I'm not saying you should get so hung up on the numbers on the scale, but if you're being realistic, yeah, it is nice to have certain numbers to try to aim for. Now, ideally, I like to go by what I see in the mirror, so my goals typically are to be around a certain weight with a certain body fat percentage. So if I hit that body fat percentage sooner, then that's cool, So then once you figure out what you want to accomplish, then you can come up with the plan to actually accomplish it. So that's the thing. If you don't know what you want to accomplish, you can't actually have a diet plan or a training program until you know what you want to accomplish, because you got to build those around what you're trying to accomplish. So once you figure out the what, you can get your strategy in place. Then step number 2 is you need to figure out why. Why do you want to accomplish this thing? Why do you want to get your ideal body, whatever it is for you? And again, this is the same thing where the answers they give whenever I ask them this are never the real answers. So they'll say, well, I want to look better, I want to get in shape, I want to be healthier. Well, yeah, of course, that's what everyone wants. But why do you really want it? So for a guy, it could be, especially if it's a younger guy, he could be because he wants more confidence. He wants to attract more women. Maybe he wants to, be intimidating to other guys. Just be honest with yourself. It doesn't matter if these things come from insecurities. In fact, most of the time they are going to come from insecurities. That's the whole point, is we're trying to get rid of these insecurities, so that by the time you actually do get this ideal body, you won't care about these things anymore. They will be non-issues. So, for example, I'll just tell you why I first started lifting when I was in high school. some of those reasons I just listed were the exact reasons why I started lifting. I wanted to attract more girls. I wanted to have more confidence with girls. Um, I wanted to not necessarily intimidate other guys, but I wanted I didn't want people to fuck with me. Basically, I wanted them to think that I wanted them to take a look at me and think that I could probably kick their ass if they did. So these are the things I was thinking as a young, insecure, you know, 14, 15-year-old guy. So, and your why is going to change over time because once you start to accomplish your fitness goals, your mindset changes. So, you know, as I started lifting weights and everything, I started getting more confident. I no longer lifted weights to get girls because I realized that I never needed to lift weights to get girls. I just needed the confidence. So once I got the confidence, I realized that's all that you actually need. You don't need to have a great body at all. Once you have confidence, you can get all the girls you want. So, and all of those, insecurities that kind of went away, and so it didn't really matter. So then my whys have evolved to where now I lift weights and or work out and eat healthy because I actually do want to be healthier because I want to have more energy. So I have more energy to put into my businesses, and I also want to live longer. I want to spend more time with my family, with my loved ones, because as you get older, you realize how valuable time is and how short life really is. And I want to live longer and I want to spend more time with my loved ones. And I also, I don't want to have kids right now. So that means I'm going to be even older when I have kids, and I want to have the energy to run around with my kids. I don't want to be some old fart dad who doesn't get up and actually run around and play with his kids. So, you know, your motivations change, but you need to know exactly why you're doing it because is what's going to motivate you. So you've got to have things that are actually important to you, which is why it's important to get very clear and just to be honest with yourself. If they're based with insecurities or things that you feel you're lacking, then that's okay. Just be honest with yourself, because the more honest with yourself that you are now, the quicker you're going to get over those things, and the more likely you are to have your why evolve into other things that may be more productive. So, okay, so then step 3 is you need to get some accountability. So once you've got your how, which formulates your strategy and your plan, you've got your why, which gets you motivated and gives you a reason to follow through. You need to have the third thing, which is some form of accountability to keep you going long term, okay? Because even the best of us lose motivation. Like I've talked about in the past, motivation is just temporary. It comes and goes. So if you're really serious about this, if you're really serious about reaching your fitness goals, the best thing you can do to guarantee your results is to have someone hold you accountable. And the best way you can do this is to hire a coach. So the reason why is because, and that's the reason why most people always skip this third thing. They do not want accountability, because accountability means you actually have to fucking do it, or else you look like an idiot. And some people don't mind looking like an idiot, but a lot of people, they don't like to go against their word. If you give someone your word, and especially if they're relying on you because you're holding them accountable as well, if you have an accountability partner, then you don't want to let them down. You don't want to let your coach down, especially once you've paid money for coaching. You want to get the value that you've invested in. So, but not everyone can either afford a coach, or they just don't. They just refuse to get resourceful to afford a coach, and that's fine. If that's the case for you, then I would recommend finding an accountability partner, which you can easily do online. So there's no excuse. There's blogs, there's social media, there's Reddit. I mean, there's so many communities online where you can find an accountability partner. And once you find someone, I recommend just doing a weekly check-in. I mean, you guys can text or whatever throughout the week, or do whatever to stay in touch. But I recommend scheduling a weekly call that takes anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. And you're going to cover 3 things on that call. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to celebrate your wins. You're going to talk about what you accomplished from your goals that you guys set from the previous week. Then you're going to talk about some areas where you either failed or you need to improve. And it's important as you're always finding wins to celebrate. So even if you didn't hit all of your goals, but you still improved in certain areas. Like, for example, maybe you've been inconsistent with tracking your food on MyFitnessPal and you had your first week ever where you tracked everything. That's a win. You want to celebrate these wins because it's important to keep that to make it fun. It's got to be fun, and the more you win, the more you win. Um, so then you go over the things, the areas where you can improve, and then the third thing you want to go over or you want to discuss, or you want to set a few, like 2 to 3 specific goals, little small goals for that next week. It could just be like you want to go up 5 pounds on a certain exercise, or you want to not drink soda the whole week, or whatever. These are little things, but they're little things that add to the big goal. So, anyways, if you do those 3 things, figure out the how, figure out your why, get some kind of accountability system, then it's so much easier to stay committed. And because you've just got everything in place, you've got a strategy, you've got a deep emotional investment in terms of understanding why and what you're actually going to gain from it, and you've got someone holding you accountable. So if you've never tried this 3-step process, which I'm guarantee you the vast majority of people never have, they just think, oh, I want to tone up, I'm going to try to work out, they have no idea what they want to do, then I encourage you to give this a try and let me know what you think. So I'm going to link the article down below to where you can read more detail about this. And give it a try. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it works out. And be sure to like this video and subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you in the next one.